Alright then, we're back on the river tonight for a spot of eel fishing. I've got 2 rods. I'm trying out a feeder, which I've never ever done in my life on the river. I'm trying a method feeder and I'll switch to an open end feeder as it starts getting darker. Switching from targeting, I'm kind of targeting stone loaches and bullheads at the minute actually on the method feeder. I've got a very small chunk of worm on a size 16 hook. And obviously I've got 1 rod leisuring the worm, and would you know it's been in all of 10 minutes, it's had about 4 thumps from what I can only assume a trout. With any amount of luck we'll get a fish tonight. I don't want to be blanking. I'm going to stay out quite a while, I reckon. It's about 7:30 now, the sun's starting to get a bit low in the sky, but it'll be light until 11, as always is. But fingers crossed, an eel might start eels might start feeding in that twilight hour. Who knows? Not me. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. This session was one of them sessions that just passed by without much happening. Other than a few nibbles on the worm, really nothing happened. It doesn't bother me too much. In fact, I quite enjoy going out on an evening watching the sunset in the pristine Northumbrian countryside. It can't really get much better. And to tell you the truth, just what I'm doing here, sat watching the rods, is better than any other way I can find to spend a night. Honestly, the surroundings just are unbelievable where I live, and I couldn't imagine being more lucky. With that, I'll let you guys enjoy the countryside and the scenery a little bit more. Right then, so after just about the whole time I've been doing the eel campaign for the past month and a half, I've only seen eels in the first week. I saw 4 or 5 actually on the first week, actually with my own eyes, and since then I've seen no activity from them. I caught that one. I haven't seen any signs of them, I haven't seen one. It's been real hard going. I've caught some trout on the way, but it's been hard going. Haven't had any fish to the bank yet. I've had plenty of bites, as you always do when you fish this road bridge pool. But I looked across, and there's a grass sod, and I've seen an eel there twice on that week I was seeing the eels. And there's lots of those bubbles, not big blowy bubbles like tench bubbles or silt bubbles, little fizzing bubbles. I thought there's no other animal. Trout don't do that. There's no other animal that could have done that other than an eel. So obviously I've rushed over with one of my rods. I feel a bit blessed to be using 2 rods tonight. I rush over with one of my rods and plop a worm down in front of it. I thought, I'll get it. Spooked it. A big plume of bubbles came up from where it was. So I'm assuming it was a feeding eel. The bubbles came back a bit further down, so I'm hoping he'll make his way back up, smell the worm, see the worm, make his way up, and nail the worm, hopefully. But it's about 9:30 now, so it's been about 2 hours since I last spoke. I've had plenty of bites. There's just nothing, just picking off the tail of the worm, what have you. But hey, I don't mind that. I see the rod tip moving. I'd prefer that than it just be static all night. I mean, even on the croquet, you have bad sessions, but they're not really that bad. I mean, when you look around where I am, you can have a bad session because it is beautiful the whole way around. Everywhere you look is beautiful. I'm just getting the top and the sunset now. Can you ask for a better setting to blank at? Like, blanking some industrial pond somewhere in the middle of the city isn't the same feeling as blanking in a river like this. With these sites, who could be upset with blanking? Saying that, I'm pretty desperate to catch a fish. Well, I've had a change of mind. I was going to stay until, about midnight, till it got properly dark, and seeing whether any eels will be biting in the darkness. I just can't see it happening. I know I had them bubbles, but the fizzing stopped and faded away, and with it, so did my faith I had in that spot. I didn't really expect that to be where an eel would be. I don't know 100% certain it was an eel, but you'd assume it was. So just had my last 2 casts out there. I'm getting hammered every cast, plucked away by trout. So it's not the end of the session, in my opinion. I'm going to come out early morning, so obviously it'll be same video, and in my eyes the same session, just not doing the overnight part. There's all them scammies just coming in there to land. I mean, unless I get one on this last cast, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. With any amount of luck, I'll get a bit lucky, but faith is fading quite rapidly with these eels. They're finicky. It's one of the only rivers in the country where you'd struggle to catch an eel. Everywhere else is struggling with not catching them. I've just been watching that Westies angling. This morning he posted a video. I know he didn't catch one this morning, he did catch one last week on the River Ribble. He says he catches them all the time. I wish I was catching eel all the time, but anyway, it makes it much more rewarding when I catch one. Obviously my second fish of the campaign, any species, was an eel. I couldn't believe I thought it was going to be easy as out. I was so wrong, but I don't know. As I was saying before, who can be mad at blanking when this is what you're surrounded with? It's Northumbrian countryside at its finest, and unless I get another fish, or a fish, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Alright then, so another change of plan. I skipped my early morning session because I was knackered, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to get on my bike and I'm going to go about 2.5 miles upstream and fish a pool up there. It's deep, like really deep. It's about 10 foot in the middle. I've had one cast, it got nailed. About 4 or 5 times it got nailed, but the last bite I thought it was on. It just slammed it, took a load of line, then slacked off, and I tightened up to it, nothing was there, so. But I've got quite a bit of faith in this spot. Seems like an alright spot. I'll just show you it now. But it's nice, it's deep, it looks real eely. I've never seen an eel here. It's the only fish I've really spotted. It's the only spot I've really fished in this campaign without having spotted an eel there. And yeah, I've still got quite a lot of faith I'm going to catch something, save the blank. But that bite I've just had is better than any bite I had last night. Not little plucks, twitchy, it hooked itself by the looks of things. I managed to spit the hook before I could tighten up to it. with any amount of luck, that won't be the only bite of the day. And with even more amount of luck, it might be an eel that bites next time. But that's me back at home after another maybe 2.5, 3 hours fishing. I had one more touch the whole time. But I don't mind that, obviously, as I've said before already in this film. Beautiful surroundings, you can't really be mad, can you? But I did just want to take the time to say thank you to the people who are watching my videos. It means a lot to us, you know. I started making the videos more as a way for me to track my fishing. And you know, I'm not getting loads of views on many of my videos. But it is a good feeling to know that people are watching them. And obviously when people like, you go, well, that person's either enjoyed it or learned something from my video, and it's something else, you know what I mean? I really am enjoying making the videos at the minute, and I've got quite a lot of time on his hands. So obviously the eel campaign will carry on. Some trout fishing videos I've got planned to come out, and the Haunted Lake, I'm going back in a week and a half's time. I'm going back, and I'm going back with my father, and I'll see whether we can get more than 59 between us, which is an outrageous thing to say, really. I'll be happy with one fish, but as long as I don't blank, it's a nice place to go for me. Obviously, I'm doing the seal campaign, as you've just seen. Just blanked again. In fact, I haven't caught an eel in the eel campaign. This is my very first video of it, which was over a month ago now. I always say I don't mind blanking. But obviously, like any fisherman, I prefer to be catching fish. And the Haunted Lake is a really, really good place that I found for me to go and just catch fish. You say runs lakes, but I personally must have had over 35, 40 runs, line bites every 5 minutes. It is non-stop action. It's hectic. And it's really, really fun fishing. It's really fun fishing, and I really enjoyed filming it. And as I say, it's a brilliant way for me to keep track of my fishing, what I was doing that day, how many I caught. It's going to be on the film if I'm making a video. And obviously, you know, when I go back there, if it comes to having a break from carp fishing or something, if my life gets busy or something, I don't go for a year, miss a summer, and I come back to it, I can look at my videos and go, oh, well, I was using, you know, Westies pineapple wafter, or I was using Wowser washed red wafter. They're the two I normally use, but it'll be there. It's all there for me to see, and it's all there hopefully to entertain you lot. But no, I just wanted to say thank you very much for everyone who's subscribing, everyone who's liking, everyone who's watching. It means a lot to us. But as I say, I really enjoy making these videos. Please, if you have watched this far, let me know in the comments if you want to see a certain type of video, a tutorial, a type of fishing, a method of fishing, or a species you want me to fish for. I can fish for just about any species in England, bar chub and barbel. They're the two that I do not have near me. Well, for the nearest 100 mile around me anyways. Every other fish, freshwater fish in England, I can fish for around me. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope you catch some fish next time you're out. Thank you for watching.